Hey y'all, so okay, today we're going to do a quick little tutorial on getting your chickpeas together. So this time I bought some raw chickpeas from I think I got them from Kroger. It's called 24 Mantra Organic. Grown without pesticides, synthetic pesticides, GMO. But yeah. I actually got 2 bags of those. But I didn't want to, I'm not soaking them all. But I did soak some last night. So we're going to go over how that came out. How it's coming out. And we are also going to go over some Seamoss that I have left that I went ahead and gelled up. Well, I didn't gel it up, but I put it in a, I have to put these in a plastic bag. Put them up. Okay. Now, 2 of them came out the bag here, so you can see what they look like hard. Now, I'm going to try to stay on just the Seamoss and the chickpeas today. Y'all know I like to rear off and other stuff. But I just wanted to share with you all, if you wanted to make, like, say, you're like, oh, you know, chickpea flour, right? You hear a lot about chickpea flour, people using that. Okay, if you can't get your hands on chickpea flour, if you notice here, the ingredient, y'all can see that, it's just chickpea. Organic chickpea. I don't know if that's zoomed in or not. What you can do is get yourself a bag of organic chickpeas that are like this. They're going to be dry, they're going to be hard. Get you a blender. You need a really good blender. You don't want no, you know, I'll just say you want a good quality, high quality blender. Put them in the blender, start with a small amount, and blend them up. Okay. So, this is probably one of the better blenders, the Vitamix. Somewhere you're a pretty penny, but hey, you gotta invest in what you believe in. You know, you believe that food, you eat good quality food, it's gonna give you a better life. You know, invest in that shit. You know, and that goes a long way with all the things. With other things as well. Whatever you believe in, invest highly in it, and you will get the results that you're looking for. Okay? Let me just say that much. So, I put about a half a pot of chickpeas last night, and you can kind of see it's already overflowed with like, but that's because the water is going to almost double them in size when you soak them overnight. This is the one that's dry. This is the one that's been soaking overnight in water. So yeah, put that back in there. And that's why chickpeas take so long to cook a lot of times, is because people like to cook them straight from this point. You really want to give them that time to soak overnight. Okay? That allows them to absorb that moisture. So that when you do go through the cooking process, kind of like when you're doing wild rice, which you can soak that overnight as well. And the next day, it will cut that cooking time down. But yeah, back to what we were doing over here. Now, what I'm gonna do, I gotta find the actual blender. What did I do with it? Oh, up here. Got this. I've seen a new metal one that I wanted to get. Just because it holds hot stuff, cold stuff better. The temperature, it'll stay in that temperature range a lot longer. I think about 99 bucks. But that's just for this part here, just the cup alone. And I think it's always good to have at least an additional one just in case, you know, for wear and tear on these containers as well. And I believe it's obviously going to come with the blade as well inside of it. So, yeah. Now, what we're going to do, you can see me over here. I'm trying to move out the way. is I'm going to add my Seamoss gel that I have had soaking overnight. Had this soaking overnight. Uh-oh, I'm going to get no water on the floor. That's it, water. I'm going to pour this into this large container here. So that way I have some room to work with it. Okay, put that in the sink. And it's quite a bit. As you can see here, I'll lay it out in a dish. You know, so I like to start with a small amount. I gotta get the rest of my tools here. Let me see. Are they in there? No, they're not in the dishwasher. Where are they at? Where did I do those things? Where did I over here? Oh yeah. I got some kitchen gadgets up here I gotta get rid of. Cause I don't use them. I used to cut the crock pot one time. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, come on. Come on over here. I'm going out of frame. Come on. Come on. Sometime I guess this thing is still getting used to me. Figuring out where I'm at. I'm in frame. There we go. Okay. I'm getting dizzy. Hell. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some Seamoss to my blender here. And we're going to do that. Get that blended up. Now you don't want to add a whole lot at one time because you don't want to mess your blender up. You know, but at the same time, like I said, you get a good quality blender, you should be okay. So, I think that's enough. Then I'm gonna add some water to that. Actually, I like to use the water that it's in. I mean, that's a personal preference. You know, if you feel like, oh no, that's nasty, I want to use the water that's fresh and it's another. By all means, do what you do. Okay. So, let's just start. I'm gonna save some for the other half because I don't want to lose I don't want to lose that water. I feel like it's minerals, vitamins and minerals in there. So start it on low, gonna be kind of loud, and then gonna let it do what it do. Now turn it up a little bit. Now the whole reason for why you want it to soak, let me cut that off. The whole reason why you want it to soak overnight is because you don't want to put that hard Seamoss in there, that dehydrated Seamoss into your blender. The only way I would recommend doing that is if you're going for like a, you want like a seasoning. I think I might have did this about a week ago. Excuse me, I took some dehydrated Seamoss and I put it in a blender to use it for like a seasoning for something you want to have like an oceany flavor. That's different. Or you want to use like it for gravy or something. That's different. It'll thicken up stuff. That's different. But for this, you know, for Seamoss gel, which you should be taking 2 tablespoons a day, more is okay, you know. This is how I recommend going about it. Put it all the way up. It's gonna be kind of loud. Now at this point, if you see that the blender is like, you know, maybe struggling, like, hey, I need a little bit more moisture in there, add a little bit more water. Add a little bit more water. And keep it going. consistency that I like to go for is kind of like applesauce. When it starts to look like applesauce, then you're pretty good. You're pretty much ready to go. Okay, which is good to me. Now, okay, so there's this whole thing about like all Seamoss should be consumed in a raw form. Well, in its natural state, you shouldn't add this to it, add that to it. And I kind of believe that because when you think about like, let me wash my hands real quick. When you think about adding like berries and things like that, I feel like you're compromising the integrity of the fruit. I mean, you're compromising the integrity of the actual Seamoss itself. Because then, and like I said, I don't know this for a fact, you know, but I feel like what happens is when you put in strawberries in there, or you're putting, you know, raspberries, any approved food from Dr. Sage's Nutritional Guide, you're actually having to keep in mind, okay, how long was the strawberries in there for? How long was, you know, so I think it is best, because you don't want nothing to spoil. So I think it is best to just keep it regular. I think the most that you could probably do, and I don't even do this anymore, I used to, because I've become accustomed to the flavor profile and appreciation, and I've gained an appreciation for the natural flavors of nature. That's the best way I can put it. Is to add like a key lime to it, and it'll neutralize that fishy, like ocean, like natural flavor profile, excuse me, that some people just they're not, you know, haven't been able to come around to. So, like I said, you can either use key limes, or you could possibly use sour oranges, the one we were looking at yesterday. These right here. And just put like a little bit in there. You can actually you could possibly soak it in the Seamoss gel overnight, so that way once you blend it up, it tastes like nothing, you know. So yeah, that's just a little fun tip or whatever like that. So now what I'm going to do, I have some jars that I like to use. I use these jars right here. You can get them at Target, you can get them at Walmart, you can get them on Amazon, pretty much anywhere. Now when you buy them, this is very important, very important. Well, at least for me it was. They're gonna come with lids on them already, and they're gonna be like, I think, metal lid. And I don't like using those because I noticed that over time, probably after my second use, they started to rust on the inside. So what you're gonna want to do is get these leak-proof lids. You can buy them separately, and I think they come in 5 in a pack, 5 to 6 in a pack. And yeah, use these instead, because it's gonna last a lot longer. For one, you're not gonna really have to worry about replacing these because they're not gonna rust. So glass, a little bit of plastic, not gonna hurt you. Glass definitely not gonna hurt you. Plastic, but I think these are a much better alternative than those metal lids that you have to worry about the rust being inside of them. You don't want that leaking off into your food. It basically is pointless of what you're doing at that point. Okay? So, now, what we're going to do, I'm going to move this over here. I try to stay in the camera because, like I said, I'm still playing around with this thing, trying to get a feel of how it, you know, works and stuff like that. I'm going to put this right here on the stove top. And spatula here, and wipe that off. Put that right over there, sit for a second. Hey, get over here. Where you going? Come over here. Come on. Come on. Now you see the consistency? Kind of like applesauce. And you can do it thicker, just put a little less water. It's gonna cause a little bit more. You're gonna have to be a little bit more patient with it. Or you can actually have it thinner than this. Now if you do it thinner than this, it will thicken up. Don't get nervous or worried. It will thicken up, but it's not gonna be it'll probably be like this when you take it out of the refrigerator. Now, putting it in this consistency is going to give it like a a little bit thicker than a cranberry sauce consistency. Okay, when it's actually hardened up and everything like that. So go ahead and pour this into my jar. And this is gonna yield a full jar. I can already look at it and tell. Just from eyeballing it. And these jars, the thing I like about these jars too, they have a measurement already on the cup. On the glass. So you're gonna get about 4. If you fill it all the way to the top, it's gonna be roughly 4 cups of Seamoss. If you follow what's on the actual jar, it has a marking of 3.5, which you can see right there on the glass. There's the 3 cup mark, and then if you fill it up to that top line, there's the 3.5. Now if you take it to the brim, it's gonna get you 4 cups. So yeah. Now, sorry all that noise I'm making. I'm gonna put the rest of this in here. And then we're gonna be good to go. Okay? So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now because I think y'all see exactly what's going on here. I didn't want to just be like all day with the video, but I did want to bring that to y'all. I'll tell y'all, I'm gonna be bringing more content to y'all. Now that I don't have to worry about walking around. Oh, let me take a picture real quick. Let me stop. Let me take another picture and do a little video real quick. Let's just do it all in one little shenanigan. Trying to peep out my window, see what's going on outside. Gotta be multitasking. But yeah, without further ado, I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. I will try to post this video. Try to get this video put up today. And I will also post a picture of, what I'm going to be doing with the Seamoss. And yeah, so y'all have a great rest of the day. Peace and love.